यहाँ से मंडिया से दिल्ली के गेट नंबर 5 से निकल स्टेडियम ठीक है बात
So India's hopes of making it to the T20 World Cup semi-finals are dashed, but they're going to have to be
They're on hold for now.
Yes, because 11-run loss against England, and truth be told, that 11-run margin might make it seem like a close victory, or a close loss. But a lot of that came down to some very lusty hitting from Richa Ghosh lower down the order. Yet again, unfortunately, India suffered some other familiar problems. Not a quick enough start. Too many wickets at crucial times. Lack of contribution from the lower middle order, expected to bail you out yet again. And unfortunately, that means, well, as I said, 11 runs, and this means that India have now not won a match against England in the T20 Women's World Cup for, I think, the last 6 matches. So it's been a long time that India have actually tasted, victory in this format, in this World Cup format against England. That run unfortunately continues, and yes, as Match Tracker points out, you're 27 for no loss in 3 overs. After
See,
that,
you got a good start. There's no again. The middle overs both with the ball and let's say with the bat as well. That seems to be the problem area for the Indian women's team at the moment, because remember, see, you are always going to be catch up in many ways when you're chasing a total like 150, and fair to say that India had the platform to go ahead with that chase. But that crucial phase that Shane was just talking about in that 11th over, remember, where you had Harmanpreet Kaur on the crease, you needed a partnership going between Harman and Smriti, but then Harmanpreet lost her wicket.
Played a very bad shot.
Same goes for Jemima. There is something you need to talk about when you talk about Jemima Rodriguez, but not for the first time, but for the second time. We've seen her, play an attacking shot and get out. She earlier got cotton bowled, I remember, in the previous match, and today in the deep, while going for a big shot, she again lost her wicket. So,
in fact, as Kunsinero, I hope I pronounced that right, points out that in the middle overs was India threw it away. English spinners, yes, absolutely. The likes of Sarah Glenn and Co were very, very good.
Yes.
They were absolutely stifling the flow of runs. And this is what we said, is that...
Even Eccleston, I think, towards the end was very, very tidy.
Exactly.
Even though Richa Ghosh had taken the attack to the other bowlers, I think Eccleston was extremely economical towards the end.
So I think that was the major thing for England when it came to them clinching, was the middle overs. They managed to stifle the runs. And that was the thing. We always said, we were talking about it in the middle of the innings, we said that the power plays is going to be key. Not losing too many wickets is going to be key. And more importantly, how many runs could you get in the middle overs? Because this pitch was not the easiest of pitches to bat on. 150. That's why we said when they got
it was going to be a very good total and a match-winning total, like we said at the mid-innings break as well. That this is going to be a match-winning total, and England would feel. Also, one of the other things that that we mentioned earlier was the fact that those runs that India leaked towards the death. And that's going to be the difference, and perhaps was as well, because an 11-run margin, of course, Richa, as Shane pointed out earlier, makes it look like a narrow loss.
But it wasn't.
It wasn't really, but again, you've got to question your death bowling. Apart from Renuka saying there were too many runs being leaked right towards the end, and which is where you see the difference now between the two teams. Also, I would say the field as well. The fielding by England was fantastic.
Top-notch. They were saving so many runs in the field.
Easily about 8 runs or so, with all those dives being put in and all.
Dives, the relays,
everything. So they've done their drills well in as far as the fielding department goes. And now, by the way, what this means from an England perspective is that they have a place in the semi-finals.
And they will in fact be favourites now to top the group.
They will now be favourites unless there is an upset. I think they're left to play Pakistan, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, I think so.
They won
and
against
India will be Ireland.
Yes, India are left with the game against Ireland. So that being said, India in all likelihood, unless there is a further upset in the group, India should be finishing second in the group, and in all likelihood
will be facing Australia in the semis.
The fearsome Aussies. Fair to call them fearsome?
Oh, definitely. They're a machine of a team, always winning, especially in ICC tournaments, bilaterals. This is a team you can't beat. Yes, India have had the beating of them on occasion, but generally speaking, in the big matches,
they've had the upper hand.
Yes, Australia have always been the team to be the gold standard for women's cricket right now. So, again, I would not have wanted them in the semis. It does seem like you're getting that, though, so make of that what you will.
Yeah.
So, it's unfortunate, really, but again, as some of us were pointing out, is that, Shiv Cassettes, I'm not sure I understand your point. I think the ropes were placed fine. I don't think
see a
that's
problem
much of
with
a
the ropes
problem.
there, yeah.
But yeah, I think with India, always the issue is acceleration in the middle overs.
Yeah.
Always has been that the middle order needs to shoulder more responsibility because again, you can't always rely on big scores from the top and
From
the
the
middle
top.
to bail you
Yeah.
out. So Jemima Rodriguez, Harmanpreet Kaur, there's going to be, you need to be some.
Of course, Jemima did play a match-winning knock against Pakistan. Let's
yes.
not forget that. But the two innings that have followed after that, she could
Yeah.
have applied herself better.
West
Let's-
Indies and even Rip.
Even today, yeah, she could have applied herself better. Given that she's batting up the order. Of course, when you bat up the order, there's a lot of responsibility, especially in a big run chase like this one. Wasn't like the biggest run chase ever. Also, by the way, this was
But
the same-
sensible batting would have gotten you
Exactly.
home.
You were against a tough opponent. You had almost the same total against Pakistan. Remember, a few more runs. In fact, I think Pakistan scored 156.
Yes.
If I'm not wrong. So you're looking at almost the same total. So you've expected better application in the middle overs, and that's been the difference. You had somebody like a Nayat Skyver over there,
Yeah.
along with. Amy Jones, I guess. I think
Yeah, it was Amy.
they struck a 40-odd run partnership. There was
That's the
Heather
thing.
Knight as well with some runs. Again, it's that middle order that's the difference between the two sides.
Middle order and the fact that they didn't give away as many runs in the death. I think India gave away about 20 runs too many in the death.
Yes,
So,
yes.
that was always going to be a concern because you were thinking they got so many early wickets. You have to be restricting them to about 120, 130. 151, it was actually a good total, all things said and done. And it proved to be that way. Unfortunately for Indian fans, that means, well, they're going to have to wait a little while because, again, Ireland up next. You're most likely settling for a second place finish if you beat Ireland. So you're still technically, not out of the reckoning for the semis.
Exactly, just the first loss in the tournament. Of course, there was that loss against Australia, but that, remember, was
was a warm-up.
warm-up game. So that doesn't count really as far as the points tally goes in the group stage. But India, in all likelihood, should finish second. And but yeah. That can only be said after
The match
the
against
next
Ireland.
game. Yes, after the next game. And we'll be here, as always, to guide you through that game, talk you through that game, bring you all the updates. Not just as far as that game goes, but remember there's a test match happening in the national capital as well. We're going to be getting you covered with regards to everything, the Premier League as well happening. So everything you're going to be, all bases covered for you here on Sports Drill, like you know.
Yes, and for now though, we'll take your leave. Thank you guys for joining us. Again, please don't forget, like, share, subscribe, tap the bell icon, leave us a comment. Also, don't forget to follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and download the Sports Tech app too. For now though, bye-bye.